dang, I can't even think of the saying. I lost it. Forget it.
Yo. Okay.
Okay, what?
I think this is it. No, look, this time I'm dead serious. I think this is it.
I think this is it. I don't know, man. I don't know. Let the people decide. How about you sing "Ring Around the Rosie" and let's see what happens.
No, would not do that.
Go ahead. Sing the theme song and ground it.
What is that?
I don't know. Just come up with something.
Well, I mean, I didn't play it long enough to figure
Say
that
the
out.
green. Say the what's the? Well, here's a good one. You can use because it's about a forest basically. So you can say the
No echo.
Oh, no echo? He actually fixed it? Oh, Jesus Christ. Get that man a cookie. Yeah, they said fixed.
Finally.
What did you do? So what did you do?
Yo, I don't know. Look, I know what I did. I just don't know how it was any different than what I've been doing with OBS, like all the other times we went live. I mean, seriously, like look, all this stuff tonight is messed up. The fact that I couldn't schedule the stream and it just immediately said, "Hey, you're live." No, YouTube. I wanted to schedule it a half hour early. No, you're live. You know what, YouTube?
Well, YouTube
I'm not gonna go on YouTube. I'm good. Let's just get into it. Let's just have some fun. What's up, guys? What is up? Let me start shouting out these people in the chat who stuck by as I had to deal with this. What's up? Def Lloyd, Gregor Von Doom, Michael Lamb, Vaccine. I hope, you know what? I can't even complain about your mic anymore. Actually, yes, I can, because I tried to play Road Company with you last night. I literally couldn't hear a single word you were saying. It was crazy. Who else is in here? Kayop No 901. VJ was good. Furios 1369. Fernando. What's good, y'all? Hustle, my boy. Dizzy. Man, Villain. Salty. What's up, Salty is Gaming? We about to get into it. So the topics. Man, I just completely forgot what the topics were for a second dealing with this nonsense. Okay. Topic. Let's do it like this. I'll let you choose, Forte. Do you want to just go in on the Spider-Man thing, or do you want to kind of lead into it, like do some of these other topics first?
What was the other topic, sir? Because I forgot what you messing with your mic.
Oh, yeah. See, look, I ain't messed everything up. We got backwards compatibility controllers.
Oh yeah, let's start with that. Because that would kind of lead into the whole situation with Spider-Man.
Right. It was Monday. It was yesterday, right? All this stuff happened.
Man, what did I tell you, Slumber? You was like, I don't know what we gonna talk about. I said, oh, just wait till Monday. Sony's gonna give me something.
You ain't never lie. Yo, look, seriously, chat. We were Sunday night. Forte hits me up like, we going live Tuesday? I was like, I mean, I guess, but I mean, what are we going to talk about? And and literally, he's like, oh no, look, just wait till Monday. Something's going to happen. And I'm like, man, I don't know, yo. Like, I don't really think anything's going to happen like that. We will be struggling to try to find something to talk about. Boy, was I wrong.
Yeah, everything hit literally at the same time.
So, like, the first thing that happened, this is going to be our first topic. The first thing that happened was backwards compatibility controller argument. And so it came out that the DualShock 4 will not be compatible with games that are PS5 games. Now, you can connect it to a PS5. Now, and Forte, correct me if I'm wrong, you can play PS4 games with a DualShock 4, right?
Yes, supported ones.
Okay, supported ones. Okay, so now, wait a minute, hold on. What does that mean?
Wait. I was wondering the same thing. No, it said the blog said supported PS4 games. I'm thinking that means games that they actually have that are actual backwards compatible on the system, because now all PS. That's the one thing about PlayStation. They didn't just say a blanket statement like all PS4 games will work on the PS5. So when they say support it, I guess they're saying the games that they say will work on the PS5 from PS4.
So if it's a game that works on the PS5, you can use your DualShock 4.
You can use your DualShock 4
as well as a DualSense. All right.
Yep. As well as a DualSense.
Okay. All right. So that became a big thing on Twitter. People was outraged. Oh my God. I can't believe this. Now, look, there are some people I think have a case to be upset. If you bought an Astro C40 controller, first off, my condolences. My condolences. There we go. My condolences to you, because you purchased a piece of crap, a $200 piece of crap. Oh. Everyone that I know that owns that controller says the dead zones are ridiculous.
I took it back.
Look, good grief. See, look, so I don't know if Astro promoted or marketed that as, hey, here's this $200 premium controller that's not really premium, but we're not going to say that. And you can use it on your PS4 and PS5. I don't know if they did that. I hope they didn't, because they deserve all the heat for that. But if you bought one of those, or you bought a scuff, good grief. Like, that's just, man, you spent 150 plus for a controller that, I mean, depending on when you bought it, if you got a good couple of years out of it, it's a good couple of years. It probably don't even work right no more, especially the Astro. But if you just purchased it, you have grounds to be upset at that point, right?
Yeah, right. I agree.
Now, everyone else, all the rest of y'all capping, shut it down, because y'all know this is not that serious. You're going to buy a PlayStation 5. What does it come with?
A controller.
A DualSense controller. This DualSense controller will play your PS4 games, backwards compatible games, as well as your PS5 games. What is the problem? Someone explain it to me. What's the issue here? Why are you upset? What's the difference between this and, say, back in the day when Xbox had the original Xbox and they had the Duke and they had the Xbox S controller, and when they came out with the 360, there was a new controller. Could you play those old controllers? Nope. Could you play the 360 controller, which I still have, and it's awesome. I have it on PC, best controller ever made, in my opinion. Could you play the 360 controller on your Xbox One? Nope.
I agree.
So what is the issue here? Is it really just because Microsoft said, hey, you can play your Xbox One controllers on your Xbox Series X? And why the freak not? The only thing they did different was they made it slightly smaller and they added the share button. What the freaking do? Of course you can use that. It's literally no different. The DualSense has other features, okay? And it ain't got that stupid touchpad and that stupid big old light bar sucking up all the battery. So,
oh Lord,
it's different, okay? It's not the same. And I just need y'all to just chill the freak out with this nonsense. It's just like, it's weird. It's weird to me to see people do this. Forte, what do you think?
Okay, so I'll let you go off because you passionate. I feel it. Thanks
for yos. Have a good night, man.
I feel everything that you're saying, man. The problem is, and you're not wrong, and that's the first thing I want to say. You're not wrong in your response, because this is kind of how it's not even kind of. This is how it's been all the time. New systems come out, new hardware comes out, new accessories. All that stuff, you need to buy all that stuff, get rid of all your old stuff. None of that stuff moves over. So it's been that way forever. So the problem is, like I said, I was telling people earlier, the perception is completely thrown off now because one company is doing something different and it's their direct competitor. And whenever a direct competitor, see, this is the thing. The things that Microsoft are doing, nobody, if you was the thing, even back in 2013, the things that they're doing right now, you wouldn't even thought this is even part of that plan. Like making this, all this stuff they're doing is so consumer friendly. It is ridiculous. So Sony, it's Microsoft, like this is all part of that Microsoft plan. They're saying we can't compete with Sony in the ecosystem that they operate in.
Mm-hmm.
We can't do it. So we got to do what we need to do to get our people excited for the stuff that we're doing. Sony, on the other hand, is like, look, man, we about hardware. Our company's all about hardware. We need to sell hardware. And that includes controllers and accessories and everything too. Y'all lucky they letting y'all take the platinum and the wireless gold headset over. Cause I'm shocked they letting you do that. And I think the only reason that's going to be playable is because it doesn't interface wirelessly with the system. It goes through the dongle pretty much like every other accessory they said was going to work, over on the PS5. So I think that dongle pretty much saved everybody's life that has those $100 to $150 headphones. But that's the whole problem that it is right now. People are looking at what Microsoft is doing and trying to say, why ain't Sony doing the same thing? It's the same conversation like why Sony ain't putting their games day and day into PlayStation Now, because it's such a consumer-friendly move. Everybody wants Sony to do the same thing. Well, they're two different companies. This right here tells you how different in different directions both companies are going in. And it's not a wrong thing what Sony's doing, but on the outside looking in, it looks crappy as heck, bro.
Wait.
It does. No, listen. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's not wrong. I'm just telling you what the perception is of what a lot of people are saying, because you have, look, Nintendo is Nintendo. They're a part of this conversation, but not really when it comes to like Microsoft and Sony. It's like Nintendo's like that extra system that everybody wants to have in their house, where Nintendo and Xbox are the main system you have. You just have a Nintendo system. I mean, not everybody. Some people just love Nintendo and that's all they're going to play. But for the most part, you're either going to have an Xbox, a PlayStation, and then Nintendo's going to be that secondary system that you're going to have. That's why Nintendo does as well as they do, because they appeal to everybody. But the difference is when Sony is doing what they're doing and saying, hey, we want you to buy the new system. We want you to buy a new controller. We want you to buy an adapter for your VR headset. We'll give it away to you, but we want you to have to get that in order to make it work on the new system. All good things. Guess what? So Microsoft did the same thing. When they discontinue to Connect, what did you have to do, Slow-Mo, if you wanted your Connect to work on the Xbox One S and Xbox One X? What did you have to do?
I don't know. I never had that thing.
Oh, well, you had to go through Microsoft because they were giving people a free adapter to make your Connect work with your new system, because they discontinued the Connect and they took the port off the back of the system. So
Forte, I got one question for you, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here's my question.
Yeah.
If the Xbox Series X controller was, say, drastically different with different features than the Xbox One controller,
right,
would they still say all controllers are supported?
Probably not, because they built the controller in that matter, though. That's why they didn't make changes like that to the controller. That's another reason why.
That.
Well, no, we don't know that, but that's also probably. I mean, this is all we're all taking guesses. We're throwing darts in a dark room right now. We really don't know what's going on. I'm just saying, Microsoft made a conscious decision to say that all of our peripherals go forward. Now think about, you got to think about like this too. It's not just Xbox people saying this, not even just PlayStation people. What's the one platform that Xbox has ingratiated itself with 100% this generation? What is the one thing that platform has in common when it comes to your peripherals in your games and everything? What platform is that, Slow-Mo?
PC.
And what happens on PC? Your 360 game, you put up a picture on Twitter of you using your Xbox 360 gamepad on your PC, because that's the one. I was like, you don't even use an Xbox One controller? He said, no, man, I use my 360 controller. It's the best controller.
I can't even go back to the Xbox One controller right now. When I go back to my Xbox One X to play games with you guys every now and then, it takes me like a good 20 minutes to get adjusted to the controller again.
Right. So
it's just not as comfortable as the Xbox 360 controller. But then that's PC. That's PC. Like, I could play with the DualShock 4.
You can.
Or when the DualSense comes out, I can play with that.
That's what people are talking about, though. See, that's the difference. See, now, last generation PC was like this thing that was out on the horizon that nobody really cared about. Nobody cared about PC when it came to console gaming. Now we have a lot of these gamers that flipped over to PC, or they're not buying the Xbox Series X because they're going over to PC.
We get deep into the weeds. The issue is that people are upset that PlayStation said that you need to use DualSense controllers for PS5 games, knowing that when they get a PS5, they're getting a DualSense controller.
Yes, you're absolutely right. And guess what? It doesn't matter, because people are people's minds have shifted so much this generation. I don't know if you saw BG's tweet. He said the same thing. He said, it's real funny how Microsoft done brainwashed half of y'all people to believe that everything going forward needs to always be the same. That's basically what he basically said. I'm paraphrasing the hell out of his tweet, and he said way more than that. But basically he's saying that Microsoft has literally brainwashed people to think that their way is the best way, because they're on, like, think about it, Slow-Mo. If you're a person, like, for your games and stuff, which sounds better? Your games going forward, or you not being able to take your games to the next system? Which one sounds better? Not thinking about just the games in general, but just thinking about the games you own. Which one sounds better?
That, of course,
but that's the thing.
But games are not comparable to controllers.
The same thing with the controller. If a person tells you, it is the same. It's the same thing.
Okay, wait. Hold on. Let me tell you why it's not the same.
Okay, go ahead.
I have Jade Empire.
Yes.
On my Xbox. Jade Empire was an original Xbox game. That game is old as dirt. It's older than some of these gamers out here. That's how old the game is, right?
Yeah.
Is there a controller that will last as long as Jade Empire? It's impossible.
They did bring the Duke back out.
Fail.
They did bring the Duke back out.
No, they rebranded the Duke. It's not the same controller.
No, it's not.
It's and you have to
Xbox
buy
One
it
controller.
again.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I agree.
It's still buying a new controller.
Slow-Mo.
These are people who want to use their old busted controllers with the circle button sticking and the left thumbstick drifting to the left. They want to use that controller on their PS5. Or that's the argument they want us to believe. What is really going on? And I'm not capping. I'm not dealing with the nonsense tonight. What's really going on is people want to find some reason to poke at PlayStation.
No,
that's all it is.
Slow-Mo. Listen. That is part of it too. See, look, I'm with you. Look, I'm just arguing the other side of this conversation.
Why are you arguing the other side?
Because I'm always going to be about seeing both sides of the picture. And on this one,
I can see their side. Their side don't make sense.
This side don't make sense. Listen, it doesn't make sense. But guess what? It doesn't make sense on what both companies are doing, because they're two different companies. It makes sense because the narrative of this generation is completely different than it's been in any other generation.
It's nothing to do with the narrative. Look.
Yes, it is. That's all it is. The narrative is different.
Whatever they want, and that's fine. If they want backwards compatible controllers, if they want back all their game, the entire catalog to be backwards compatible, if they want to be cross-play, all this stuff that's supposed to be super pro-consumer, I have zero problem with it, and no one should, because all it does is benefit the consumer. The problem is when people go, oh man, Xbox is going above and beyond. What about you, Sony? They don't need to do that.
Oh, I'm not. But see, that's the thing I'm arguing, though, Slow-Mo.
But that's not saying.
I'm not saying that is right. I'm just telling you that's what the argument is, because it has become part of the like before. This wasn't even a thing. This was never even a conversation piece.
Right. It has become a part of the conversation.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't be a part of the conversation. It doesn't supposed to be a part of the conversation, but it is. That's what I've been trying to tell people on all these shows. I understand where it's coming from. It has nothing to do with what everything has always been. It's because the conversation has completely deviated and changed this generation, because one company,
after all the foolishness I've been dealing with. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
But no, like I said, it really just comes down to Microsoft is doing one thing, Sony's doing another thing. Microsoft people are going out trying to champion what Microsoft is doing, and they're throwing it in the PlayStation fans' face. PlayStation fans saying, we don't care what Microsoft is doing, because we're getting bangers every day, and who cares about playing with old controllers on a brand new system? That's what they're basically saying. But there is people out there, because I seen them, there's PlayStation people that's saying, man, I really wish my DualShock 4 did work on my PlayStation 5 when it comes to the PlayStation 5 games. Now, that conversation, that person never would have existed in any other generation. It exists this generation because of the mindset that one company's taking versus another. Now, that's a very small sample size. There's not a lot of people in that ecosystem, but that's where the conversation is coming from. And guess what? Those people aren't even the ones arguing the point. It's the zealous arguing the point. So that's where all the steam is coming from for this conversation. I just kind of sit back and laugh at it, because it really absolutely makes no sense, because it's never been this way before. And why are you, for me, I don't mind Microsoft not giving you a new controller, because, like, okay, I literally went out and bought my version 2 controller.
What's up, Enrique? What's up, Jez?
What's up, Jez?
Racer? What's up, guys?
What's up, guys? Yeah, I literally, I said this on Rap the other day. When I bought my Elite 2 controller, version 2, I didn't buy that controller until Microsoft said it was going to be compatible on the next system. Because like you just said, those people that went out and bought C40s and bought version 2s of the Scuff controller, you kind of out of luck, bro. That sucks that you're out of luck on that controller. So Microsoft did a really good thing by giving people the heads up so early. Like, they said this like a year ago that all of these peripherals were going to go forward. Maybe that's where a lot of the sustain is coming from, because Microsoft was so ahead of it early. If Sony would have came out a year ago and said none of those accessories are going to work, your PS4 controller ain't going to work, or none of that stuff like that, it would be a lot less right now. But ultimately, it does not matter, because this has never mattered, but people are making it matter just because one company's doing it and the other one isn't.
And so what it really comes down to, what I wanted to say, it comes down to, this is just fanboys being fanboys.
Exactly. I agree. 100%.
Now, I think there are some people who do have a legitimate gripe. They're legitimately mad, but they're mostly legitimately mad because they purchased some really expensive controller, and they realize, like, now it's just going to be a really expensive paperweight.
Use it on your PC.
Yeah, hey, some of them do. Some of the people I've seen complain about this do have PCs. So I say, hey, yeah, absolutely. Use it on your PC. It's still going to be playable on a lot of games, especially the PS4 games that are transitioning to PC. You can use it there too. So,
shout out to Horizon coming out in 3 days.
Oh, man, I can't.
Oh, shoot. What day is that? Friday?
That's Friday, man.
Oh, man, I gotta go. Let me just go buy this game right now.
I thought you did. Didn't we talk about this before?
No, remember I said I was gonna wait, and then you said that y'all were talking mess to me in that chat, and I was like, I'm about to go buy this now. I just didn't go buy it yet. I'm about to go buy it now.
That's what I'm talking about. You out here talking about you, but like you acting like you about to buy it now. You ain't gonna buy it now either.
I am about to buy it. Literally, I'm about to buy it now because I do want to play. Hey, I will play it on a Master Race system because 120 frames sounds really good right now.
Buy it now and then tweet out your
the screenshot.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll do that.
Yeah, because until then, I don't believe it.
All right, I got you. It'll be done before the show's over.
You said you was doing it right now.
I'm about to. I got to go to Amazon and get the $25 coupon first because I'm not about to pay full price for it. I got a $25 Amazon gift card. I'm about to buy a Steam card with it to get $25 off of it, and then I'm going to use that to pay for half of it. Don't you like that math? $25 for a brand new game. That's what I'm talking about.
I guess so. I mean,
I'm still paying for it.
Oh man, look, I'm doing like 5 million things at once. What the? Hold up.
It's cool, man.
Yeah, let's see what's going on in the chat here. It's $15 on PS4. Just says.
Yeah,
if
but
Slomo agrees, then what the hell are we arguing about? You know, I don't even know what we were arguing about. It's just Forte just wanted to be contrarian for no reason. Enrique says using a DS4 to play PS5 games is counterintuitive to how Sony wants games to be designed to use the DualSense controller. And yeah, that's exactly
I agree, 100%.
What I was saying. Like they all talking about the touch, the feel, it's cotton, about the thumbsticks. You know, like all
but guess
like,
what,
tension and all
but
that
let me
stuff.
ask you
Like
this,
you know, like you don't get that with those whack thumbsticks with the DualShock 4.
Well, let me ask you this, Slow-Mo. Let me ask you this, and I need you to be honest with me. All right, so like I said, I'm still with you. I do agree, but let me play devil's advocate on one thing. What's the reason that you shouldn't be able to use your DS4 on the PS5? I do agree, but give me the reason.
It doesn't have all the features that first-party games are going to be implementing.
Okay, so how many of those first-party games?
Here we go.
No, I'm just asking.
How
many of those first-party games use that DS4 late in the generation? Use every button on that DS4.
It doesn't matter, man.
No, but listen, Slow-Mo. I agree 100%, but these are the arguments. You don't
sound like you agree. You sound like you're saying you agree with me.
These are the arguments. No, I'm trying to set you up for the arguments that people are going to have with you. These are the arguments that people are going to have. They're going to sit there and tell you they're trash. They're going to sit there and tell you that Sony didn't even support their own DS4 when it comes to like the touchpad and everything throughout the whole generation. So why should I have to buy a new controller to take care of features that sooner or later they won't even support? That's the conversation that I've been hearing. I'm not saying it's right, but that's what they're saying. And guess what? They're kind of right in that regard. They don't, but that still doesn't change the fact that you shouldn't buy a brand new system and want to use an old controller. Who wants to use an old controller on a brand new system? Now when my Xbox Series X comes out, even though I'm not going to use it because I'm going to use my Elite version 2, even though I'm not going to use that controller that comes with it, I'm at least going to take it out the box. I'm going to boot the system up with that thing. I'm going to set it up so it works with the system and make sure that I got everything good on it. And then I'm going to put it back in the box because I'm not going to use it. But at least I'm going to use the controller that came in the box to set it up. And you should at least do that with your DS5. Look, these people get on my nerves with this because this is stupid.
Yo, the DualShock 4 is a controller. That battery is subpar.
Battery has nothing to do. Battery can be charged, sir. So we can't use the battery.
It can be charged to a point. Eventually, it stops keeping a charge the way it used to, and it wasn't that great to begin with.
Yeah, and then when it dies,
that's why there's a significant number of people who basically play their wireless DualShock 4 as a wired controller. Because they got to keep it wired because the thing would die on them that quickly. You got that. You got the big old bright light that has zero uses. You got the touchpad that for third-party games is only a map button. It's literally its only use. And the only other games that didn't use it as a map button are like Until Dawn, are the first-party games. Oh, let me turn pages in a book. Yeah, Uncharted. Let me turn these pages. They got the motion control. The motion control I love about that DualShock 4.
I love it.
Literally, the only games that you first party, second party games, Until Dawn again. You can't. I mean, I cheated. I put the controller down when you get to the parts where you can't move. I was like, I'm jittery. I'm moving. I'm going to die.
Yeah.
Detroit Become Human. Like those games. This is what I expect going forward because the DualSense is going to be no different. Okay, the DualSense is going to have games that take advantage of it, but they're all going to be first and second party games. They're all going to be exclusives.
Right.
They're not going to be your third party games. They're not going to be your Activision games, your EA games, your Bethesda games. None of that. None of that.
Right. I agree.
Why do you want to hold on to a controller that has a worse battery, looks uglier, plays worse?
Wow, no, man. Some people
less features.
Some people gonna tell you that controller looks pretty ugly with that dress it has on.
The dress, the
white dress that it got on.
Hey, look, man, go get yourself an all black one. That's what I'm probably gonna do.
I'm definitely gonna do that the moment they sell.
It's just, I don't understand why people are upset about this. It's really silly to me.
It's stupid, but I told you, it's the whole narrative that's going on in this generation. We went from a generation of exclusives matter to a generation where exclusives don't matter and features matter more than exclusives. That's where we are now.
Yeah, no, Eric perfectly says what I was saying. All these cats acting mad over DualShock 4s are the same ones that talk about how terrible it is, why they want to keep using it. They don't, Eric. They just want something to complain about.
Well, yeah, that's Twitter for you.
Yeah. But look, man, I think we buried this topic the way someone would bury a DualShock 4 battery. Let's get into what everybody is talking about. Spider-Man. Good grief. Okay, so yeah, all right. So Spider-Man is exclusive in the Marvel Avengers game for just the PlayStation. So like the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, since they already came out and said that you'll get a free upgrade to PlayStation 5 once you get one if you already own the PS4 version. So cool.
Right.
Spider-Man is a DLC character that will not be playable until 2021. Sometime within those 12 months of 2021. In addition to all the other features that exclusive things that you're getting, I'm about to pull it up, like all the crap that you're getting. But the whole thing's funny to me because so many people did not care about this game whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at one point, I was like Jon Snow, like at the Battle of the Bastards.
I saw your tweet on that too.
Just waiting for the army to come run you over. Just because I said, hey, look, I'm looking forward to this game. It's a looter shooter. And it's got Marvel characters that I like. What else would someone like me who likes looter shooters want? I saw the gameplay. Even people was like, man, it looked bad. It looked terrible. I'm like, all y'all seen is the tutorial mission. You haven't really seen like the depths this game is going to go. It's a looter. So you're going to get loot. You're going to upgrade your heroes. They're going to be doing different things. No, it's trash. Look at Black Widow's jawline. She looking real handsome right now. You know, it's just like, I mean, like her jawline was pretty serious, but it's just like the voice act. They don't sound like Tony Stark. I'm like, you saying what you mean is that it doesn't sound like Robert Downey Jr. because Robert Downey Jr. is not Iron Man. I mean, he played a very good Iron Man, but Iron Man's been around since the 60s. Come on.
He is Iron Man at this point, though.
See, this is why people don't like the voice acting and all that. Whatever. I'm not gonna get into all that.
Oh, I agree with you. Go ahead. I just wanted to say something about that.
People are upset about a game they were not going to play. Like, I seriously was thinking this game gonna bomb. I mean, I'm gonna get it. I was gonna get it on PC. But I'm like, man, this game going bomb, yo. Like, I ain't gonna have nobody to play with. We talked about this some weeks ago because we were both saying we were going to get it on PC. We're good. At least I got Forte to play with.
Yeah, that's true.
All this because Spider-Man, look, he not even coming out this year. So what? You gonna buy the game and play a game that you don't care about, waiting for Spider-Man and not know that all these characters play differently? So therefore, when you don't even know how Spider-Man gonna play when he come out, how Crystal Dynamics is gonna set him up, you don't even know.
Yeah.
So what are you upset over? And to cap off what I'm saying before you go, and something that kind of a tweet that kind of blew up, at least blew up for me because my tweets don't blow, but this tweet blew up. Sony wants gamers to, when they see Spider-Man, they want them to immediately think of PlayStation. That's the marketing that they want to have. When you see Spider-Man, you think PlayStation. He's one of the most popular Marvel heroes, one of the most popular heroes, period. And so they want everything that has to do with him to be about them.
Right.
Now, I know a lot of people are like, yo, what about Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3? He was in that. Shoot, they had like all the other Spider people in that. Venom, Carnage. No, I don't think Carnage was in it. Venom, definitely. Spider-Gwen, Miles is in it. Like, why did they allow that? Well, they don't even have the game on PlayStation. So why not allow it? And they don't even view the Switch as their direct competition. They don't even get all the games that PlayStation just gets without even trying. So it's not even an apples to apples comparison. I just don't understand why people were upset. Now, I get that if you were looking forward to the game, and I get that if you wanted to get it on a different platform, and you don't want to buy it on PlayStation, if it's a console thing, for people who always say I play on all platforms, what's your problem playing this on all platforms, right? But for those who are PC gamers, me personally, I'm somewhat disappointed because I did not want to play this game at 30 frames per second. Because that's what the PS4 version is going to be. Whether it's the PS4 Slim or it's the Pro, it's going to be 30 frames of sluggishness.
So
what I may do, I might double dip. I might play. Look, because Spider-Man and all these extra, I haven't looked up the extras. So there's some significant things that PlayStation's getting here beyond.
Yeah, a bunch of skins, a whole lot of them too.
I don't care about skins, man. Freaking skins. That doesn't change anything about it. I don't care about that.
Look, so basically, they got you with the Destiny model all over again.
Oh yeah. Okay. And look, I don't have a problem with what Sony's doing. I really don't.
I don't either.
Because if you're going to spend the money to get this done, and they're going to agree to it, all you're doing is driving more people to your platform. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Now, what people should have a problem with is the fact that your preferred platform doesn't punch back. You just keep taking jabs to the chin and don't do nothing. You don't counter. Like, that's a problem.
Right.
When are you going to get some exclusive stuff for yourself?
Yeah.
I remember when Soul Calibur came out, right? Remember this? Was this like original Xbox? I think it was like the original Xbox, or it may have been 360. I think it was 360 and PS3, or it could have been PS2. I can't remember, but I know it was Soul Calibur, and I remember that each platform had their own like exclusive character. I think Nintendo had Link, and Xbox had Spawn. And I can't remember who PlayStation had. Do you remember who PlayStation had?
PlayStation had, talk about Soul Calibur, right?
Yeah.
They had Vader.
Dark Vader?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
I think they had Dark Vader. One of them had Dark Vader because
it was definitely PlayStation.
Yeah, because Xbox had who? Did
Xbox
Xbox
had
have?
Spawn.
They had Spawn. Was it Vader? Oh, I can't remember. It's been so long since I played that game.
Yeah, but look, all I'm saying is that like everyone made sure they got something that was exclusive for them. It's just like, why isn't it that Microsoft isn't doing that anymore? Go out to Marvel, say, hey, look, we want all the X-Men.
Xbox had Yoda. PlayStation had Vader. That's what I thought.
They had Yoda.
Yeah, Xbox did have Yoda. Because I was thinking
there was
you
a
was
Soul Calibur game where they had Spawn. I know there was.
Oh no, yeah. I think it was the one before that. It was what 4? But yeah, I can't remember which one. It might have been the later one, but I remember one having Yoda, one having Vader. Yeah, and the other one and Link was on the other one. I do remember that.
Yeah. So look, all I'm saying is that you should be upset at the platform that you rock with if they're not doing things like this for you. Think about all of the marketing deals that Xbox has. They got them with Cyberpunk. They got them with a lot of Ubisoft games, like Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Like they should be out here saying, "Hey, look, play Assassin's Creed Valhalla on the Xbox systems, the Xbox Series X. You're going to get an exclusive, I don't know, weapons, Viking weapons. I don't know, exclusive haircuts. Maybe they'll go bald when they go into war. I don't know.
Oh,
do something exclusive for your people to give them this feeling of, okay, yeah, I'm buying it on my Xbox because I get this, I get that. You know, the people on PlayStation like, man, we getting Spider-Man, we getting all the heroes, all the Marvel heroes. What you got? You got gaps in your character select list.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, you need to have something for your people. You can't just be sitting around like with that kumbaya talk. Well, you know, I feel like that's really anti-consumer. You shouldn't do that to everyone. Well, they're doing it. What are you going to do about it? Saying that it shouldn't be like that when it is not helping. Right. So do something for your consumers so they feel happy to buy the game on their platform. Go to Crystal Dynamics, go to Square Enix and be like, hey, look, are you guys getting X-Men in there? Because if you're getting Wolverine in there, we want Wolverine over here.
Right.
Do something. Like, don't just sit there and take it. I mean, I know I'm doing a lot of talking. My bad. Look, go.
No, you on fire, bro. I understand what you're saying. I just know that it's the situation is just like the controller situation. It's like there's a lot of context that needs to be brought up when it comes to this situation. You know, overall, Sony's in the market for selling hardware. And if you want to sell hardware, you got to entice your people to do it. And this was really smart too, because they basically just took an existing asset that they already had. Now they don't own the rights to the video game side of it, but they do have a contractual understanding with them on the movie side. So I think a lot of this stuff was still brokered way back when Civil War was out. And they found a way to get Marvel, saying Marvel wanted their version of Spider-Man over there. And this is where all that was born at. Sony shook Marvel and Disney's hand. It was like, hey, that's fine, but we want this. And how you dude, that's how I think Marvel Spider-Man happened for 2018, because that it's just all too coincidental that all this is happening this way. And the fact that Marvel did not have to do what Sony said and just not put Spider-Man on Xbox. They could have put Spider-Man on Xbox because Sony has no say in that. But since they have this contractual understanding with each other, they may have some type of deal where they say, you know, just like EA has a deal with Disney for Star Wars. Disney can have somebody else make another Star Wars game, but guess what? They have to go to EA first and say, hey, can we have somebody else make a Star Wars game that's not under the EA umbrella? And EA has to sign off on that and say yes, because they have a contractual understanding that they have the rights to that. And I guarantee you Sony has somewhat the same thing, probably for like 1 or 2 games that they're going to make under that, and Sony's exercising their right now. But guess what?
Hey, Forte, hold on. We want to shout out to some people I see in the
Yeah,
chat now. B Money, what's up, bro? The Ashen Luca. Hello, Luca. How you doing this evening? I see you said can't believe y'all my sons. I only see one of your sons on this panel, so I don't know what you're talking about. And
Lord. Why you forsake
Yujiro
your
Hama, what's up? Winter Soldier was good. I thought I saw J Dub in here.
Why you forsake your mom, man?
Who?
Why you forsake your mother?
Huh? What?
You heard me.
What are you talking about?
You
Also,
heard
but like, yeah, what's up, J Dub?
me.
Look, I'm sorry, you were speaking. I want to do the shout outs. Continue, man. Continue.
No, okay. So just to make a long story short, Sony basically is exercising their rights to basically say, hey, we want this on our platform. What does it take for us to do it? Now, they probably didn't have to pay as much money as most companies will have to pay because they do have a kind of understanding with them on different sides when it comes to the Spider-Man IP. They shake each other's hands and, pat each other on the back when it comes to that.
Cloud. Go ahead,
so this overall is like no big deal to me, but it sucks because one company is doing it and the other company ain't. And that's the thing that really hurts the most in this whole situation, because Microsoft is basically just saying, that's okay. Not even going to fight back. They can find a way to go out and get some other superhero franchise. I mean, WB's out there right now. Like this type of move, watching Sony do this, is the move that would make me go spend $4 billion and go get WB. And get the exclusive rights to all of the Batman franchise and try to get Black Panther and everything from Marvel. See, this right here would make me want to do something like that.
Have you heard the recent news about WB?
I did.
So it looks like it's either going to EA or Activision.
Yeah, which is the worst thing ever.
I mean, like,
which is the worst thing ever.
I mean, look, if I worked at one of those studios, I'm getting my resume together. I'm getting my resume together right now. I'm like,
I'm getting out now. But overall, this is a great move for Sony because not only does this ensure them in the next generation with Spider-Man, it literally gets people in. Like right now, you have to make a decision before the system even comes out, because this game is like Destiny. Like when it comes to the plan that they have in place, the fact that Spider-Man, as of right now, we don't know if this is long-term or not, but we know as of right now, Spider-Man is only on PlayStation platform. So when this game comes out next month, you have to make a decision. Are you going to stick to the PlayStation ecosystem day one? Because if you are, you're going to buy it on PlayStation 4 and you're locked in to buy that PS5 when it comes out. They're pretty much telling you right now, the only way you're going to play this game next gen on a console is on PlayStation. PCs, you're not going to get Spider-Man anywhere else. Yep. So this basically is selling. They're literally using Spider-Man to sell PS5s even more than they are with Miles Morales, and they're doing it before the system comes out. So this is a great
smart move. It's a great move. Because look, you already got the Spider-Man game, right? So you got exclusive license to make Spider-Man games. They'll only show up on your platform. Spider-Man, even the trash one sold. It's Spider-Man. But these are great because they're being made by Insomniac, and Insomniac be putting their foot in it. So you got that right. You got your Miles Morales spinoff coming. You got Insomniac working on Spider-Man 2, the mainline one, and then now every time Spider-Man is supposed to show up in some of these other Marvel games, you are interjecting yourself, and especially it works with the fact that they have the marketing for the game.
Yeah,
you're interjecting yourself and saying, no, that's Spider-Man. Hey, look, either they have some kind of contract with Marvel where they can just say vote yay or nay on things.
Yep.
Or they're just spending the money for it, and that's money well spent. That's how you market your platform, because now Spider-Man becomes a part of the PlayStation identity. Like they can market.
He is PlayStation now.
You could put Spider-Man in a graphic right beside Alloy, right beside Kratos.
He'll be at the front.
Yeah, like all of their marquee characters. You could put Spider-Man right there, even though he's a licensed character that you did not originally create, but you have created. What you did create is a marketing atmosphere where people think Spider-Man game and they automatically think on PlayStation. Only on PlayStation.
Only on PlayStation.
Period. That's how you market. And so
Look, man,
I'm saying to those who are upset about this, if you're legitimately upset about this, if you pre-ordered it on your Xbox, like all 7 of you, because I'm still in the camp of none of y'all was capping for none of y'all wanted to play this game. Y'all don't even like loot shooters. Stop the lies. But still, if you were upset about this, you got some choices. And if you really someone who don't care about where you play, you just kind of prefer Xbox, you just kind of prefer PC, you just kind of prefer Stadia, ain't no one saying that. But if you are that kind of person, you shouldn't have any issue buying it on PlayStation and playing it on PlayStation. You got all the platforms. That's why you own everything. So that you can have the best of all platforms at all times.
See, I think this wouldn't be a hard decision for a lot of people if it was if the game was cross-play or cross-progression.
Oh, I gotta address Luca in the chat.
Oh, what she's
Slow-mo struggling to name Sony characters, just going into how he didn't play these games. I
was gonna say
check my trophies. I played all those games. I definitely played God of War. I don't know why I was blanking on Kratos.
Slow-mo, Luca, he's forgetful.
I'm the most forgetful person there is. Like Luca has told me her real name like 7 times. All I know is it begins with a B.
Really?
Yeah, it might be Brenda. I don't know.
That's definitely not it.
Hey, look, man.
That's definitely not her name. we gonna move on because that's definitely not it. It's close, but
I'm calling her Brenda. She Brenda from now on to me. That's Brenda. Man. What's up, Brenda?
You just call her a grandma, man. That's what that is. Brenda.
She's Brenda. She seems like a Brenda, right?
Oh shit.
I don't even know what a Brenda seems like, but she's Brenda now to me. I'm calling her Brenda. Go ahead. Go ahead, continue, man.
No, look. This is a great move. There's nothing can dispute how great of a move this is. And this is what competition does. Microsoft is going out there being a consumer-friendly side by putting all their games everywhere and saying you can take everything forward. Sony is saying, screw all that. We got games and we got the most marketable character in Marvel history on our side. And he pretty much is a mascot for our system. So how are you going to counter that? And look, man, and like I said, the thing that's incredible about this is it's not even a PS5 game. It's a PS4 game that's going to sell PS5s just because of this. You have to make a decision on a PS5 literally next month when this game comes out.
True.
And that's
and apparently I'm Devontae now. That's my name. I'm Devontae.
Oh, Devontae.
I was a backup singer for Jodeci back in the day.
Ooh,
wild times. Oh man.
Oh my god.
Oh gosh. All right.
So the biggest thing, Slow-mo, is how do you think this is really going to affect the beginning of this next generation with just Sony taking this hard stance on Spider-Man basically for it looks like an entire generation almost?
Yo, it's a good move. I can't keep saying it's how great a move it is for them. They already had a guaranteed system seller with Spider-Man Miles Morales. You got a popular character who had a great movie a couple years ago, really put him on the map as far as his popularity. Like kids equally liked Peter Parker and Miles. Like they're like 1A and 1B. Of course, Peter's still 1A because you got much more of a history. But Miles is up there now, and him having his own game focused on him, and that being your system seller, like your lead game for your platform, like that's got a lot of people sold out the gate. I'm sold out the gate. Like as soon as I saw that, when they showed that show, I was like, well, that's the reason why I'm getting the PS5. But in the way they're keeping up with the marketing things, right now they don't have a ton of games coming out at launch. There's some things that I know there's some people that's like they didn't see anything that really wowed them. I like what I saw from that show. I like Kena Bridge of Spirits. I like Little Devil Inside. Those games I'm getting. Some of them aren't launch games. I think Kena is a launch game, but like I got stuff to play. Some people don't feel that way, but I've always said that one game can sell a system. We've seen it with the Breath of the Wild on the Switch, where it had an attach rate that was higher than 100%. We've seen it with Halo Combat Evolved with the original Xbox. One game can sell a console. Now, I'm not saying that Spider-Man Miles Morales are on the level of those games, but his popularity puts him in the conversation. And so, all that said, I think the way they are making moves, not spending a ton of money on like having to purchase studios the way Xbox is, but again, they didn't need to do that because they already had studios. Microsoft needed to do that because they needed studios. They're spending monies in different ways, and I think they are making good moves to protect them going into next gen. And I think it's probably gonna work out well.
Yeah, I think it's going to work out well. I mean, I already said that Sony was going to win next generation and probably a landslide because Microsoft doesn't care about selling consoles. I just thought Microsoft would put a fight up in the very beginning and lose in the end again or midway through the generation as usual. But as of right now, it's like both these companies are just two different opposite directions. It's pretty crazy. And bro, everybody in the chat is literally loving you as a background singer for Post Malone right now. It literally just popped up on my screen. From Post Malone.
Oh man, yeah. How much am I getting paid? Because if I get to go on tour and I'm getting paid,
go ahead and hit that note for the people in the chat, man.
Oh, I don't know about that, man.
you got those pipes, man.
Oh man, hey, look, man, I'm gonna save it for the concert. You gotta come out.
Man, Gregor just said it, though. TikTok. That's what Xbox is in. They try to get into the TikTok market right now. They said, I guess we got enough games. We need to go spend some money somewhere else. I mean,
no, they don't got enough games.
I don't know what they talking about. They need more than what they got because they're. We're about to transition to it, but man,
but what they doing with TikTok is a whole different.
It's a whole different
vibe. That's outside of gaming division for them. That's other stuff. That's other industries they're trying to get a hold of in ways. They've been trying to get a hold of things for a while, and purchasing TikTok when it's already to not get political or get into something that's not really about gaming, but the whole thing with different countries and whether it's a security risk. I would say it is one. And then two, in order for, if you go by the laws that we have here, in order for TikTok to continue forward with the way they've been designated, they would either have to just not operate here in this country or have someone purchase them. And Microsoft stepping up, one, they got the money to do it, and two, you know what they're about.
So Lucas,
it would be a win-win for them.
So Lucas says Slow-Mo's knees wouldn't last a second on stage.
Oh, that's facts.
And
that's big facts.
And Racer X Gundam says Jade Empire is not as old as Slow-Mo's knees.
Yo, man, I couldn't even imagine myself trying to.
If you was to get on stage, would you just be buckling? Like those knees would be shaking, like chattering next to each other?
Look, man.
Going on here?
just walking on that stage, I would have heard my left knee pop like 6 times. So that's just off the break before I even get my calisthenics in and start stretching. Try to stretch, get limber, and then probably break something. But yeah.
Gregor says Aaron Greenberg will be dancing in an Ori onesie on TikTok before Xbox wins PD.
Yo, that might actually happen though. I mean, Gregor, that might really happen.
He a hype man.
Not an Ori onesie, because now Moon Studios signed that deal with Private Division, right?
Yeah.
So their games aren't going to be exclusive to the Xbox ecosystem anymore, and therefore, now that they'll be multi-platform, the only way Aaron's probably going to do that is if they get the marketing, which is it's a chance, but
yeah, it's
probably
definitely
not. Let's transition to Halo Infinite. So we got some early news from them because I'm 100% certain they didn't intend on releasing this information when they did, but some retailer out there screwed up like they always do, and they released a marketing material that said like something like Halo Infinite free multiplayer, we're for the gamers, yada yada yada.
It seemed like it was written by Microsoft. It's like literally the leak for their pre-order page looked like it was written by Microsoft. Like how good it was. I was like, man, that sounds really good to be a leak.
Right. Yeah, and so Greg, I wasn't joking. That's why I didn't say OL. Man, y'all wilding tonight. So yeah, I think this was probably the best. But let's just ignore all the foolishness about Craig.
Well, you can't ignore that. That's kind of the reason this happens, Slow-mo.
No, I don't think. Look, they didn't make the decision to make this free to play after Craig. I don't
think they made the decision to make it free to play. I just think the decision to announce it now was made because of the whole Craig situation, and they needed to listen, man.
No, look, that stuff leaked out. It was already out. Look,
it was leaked out, but come on now, how many times have things got leaked out and they still not came to the table and said,
no, wait. I think they were going to release this information sometime this month.
Yeah, later on.
So, but like, say for example, take Fable. They were nowhere near ready to announce they were making Fable. So that's why when it leaked out 2 years ago, they were making Fable. They didn't say anything.
Right.
Versus they're going to announce some changes to Xbox Live, probably changes to how they do multiplayer. Almost guaranteed free to play games are going to be free multiplayer at the very least, right?
At the very least, yeah, I agree.
And then having Halo be free, like I just think they had already made these decisions and had this all set up. Craig, in his no texture face having self had nothing to do with them releasing this information now. It was more on the fact that it was already out there and people were talking about it, and they were just like, you know what, let's just get it out there so that people can stop, so that we can shut down the rumor mill. Well, you know how it gets started and people just start getting outlandish and it's like, oh, everything's free now. Just like, no, slow down. That's not it. But what I think is going on is that they realize that in order for them to have Halo on a multiplayer side compete with your Call of Duties, your Fortnites, your Apex Legends, your Rogue companies, like in order to compete with these games, they had to do something that some of those games are doing. Warzone's free. Apex Legends is free. Fortnite is free. And they make money off of getting you hooked on the game and then giving you cool, stuff to wear. You want to look like Captain America while you're zipping down and getting, shot up by some 10-year-old. Hey, you can do that. You're going to have to spend like $15, but you can do that. Yeah. And so I think this was necessary because this is where we are in 2020 in gaming. You want your multiplayer game to take off, You need to either do what Rogue Company did, which was push their game on every platform, have it be cross-play, have cross-play be seamless, and make it be cheap as possible. Make it so cheap that people just like, well, I mean, I'm spending $5 at the Epic Game Store to try this game out. Why not? Or you have a free-to-play model in like designed in it so that people can't say, I don't even like Halo like that. So to basically make sure that more than just your typical Halo crowd that is going to get Halo regardless of what happens. You and me, we Halo fans. It didn't matter what the game was going to look like. We were still going to play the game. Of course, it helps that the gameplay looks good. It doesn't help that the visuals need work, but we were going to play the game regardless. We were already, because we're invested in Halo. They're not doing that for us. This is for the younger generation of gamers that play Fortnite every single day, that play Apex every single day. They want them to say, oh, this Halo Infinite looks interesting. Let me give it a shot. Because if you can get them in, they can sell them the microtransactions. They can then generate a ton of money off the game. Then the game has some legs after the first 3 months, which hasn't really been happening too often with Xbox first-party games this generation.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying. It's a good move. It's a good move. What do you think?
No, I as soon as oh man, I can't even speak right now. I'm reading.
I gotta speak what Greg just said.
I'm literally reading the chat now. I couldn't even speak because I was reading the chat.
Yo, Greg just said the guy who did the textures for Halo was also working for free. Good grief. That's the comment tonight. Good. That was awesome.
It is. So
go ahead, man.
So my thoughts is, and I touched up on my video on this, and I said this is probably the most important tweet that 343 has ever made. Legit, probably the best they ever did, because this is the direction Halo needed to go in, especially when it comes not single player style, but for the multiplayer. This is where it needs to go, because Halo's multiplayer, as much as it's good and I love it, it has fallen on hard times because arena shooters just aren't as popular anymore. Destiny has a really good one, but it's not popular. I mean, BRs and even Rogue Squadron is, I keep calling it Rogue Squadron. I keep thinking Star Wars for some reason. Even Rogue Company isn't the most popular because it's more of it's more in the vein closer to arenas than it is anything else. But that type of game is very successful because it's the closest thing you'll get to like Rainbow Six in that type of atmosphere. I just think that 343 at this point have made a decision that, hey, Game Pass is a thing. And I also think that they're just going to have to support two sides of the game going forward, because I don't know how the development cycle is going to work on this game when you got pretty much free-to-play multiplayer. Because when you got a free-to-play multiplayer, that's a big investment in itself to keep that updated.
They're definitely going to do seasons.
Yeah, they're definitely going to do
all these games have seasons. So
yes.
that's going to happen, right?
So that's the only thing I'm kind of worried about, because, I don't have a lot of faith in what they're doing on the content side for single player because of what we saw with the whole Craig thing. And yeah, it's going to get better. I know it's going to get better. I just, I don't have any faith in that development house. So it's just hard for me to get excited.
We went in on that last week.
Yeah, I'm just hard to get excited on that. But the fact that they are doing this lets me know that Halo's going to get consistent updates, because that's the only way that game's going to survive in a free-to-play atmosphere. I think they're going to implement pieces of Warzone when it came to the rec system. I think they're going to implement that in the game. They already came out and said that there won't be any microtransactions when it comes to loot boxes. So pretty much whatever you buy in the game is going to be something that you can purchase directly. It's not going to be any RNG situations built into it. I think that's going to be a great idea, because the one thing that Halo has is the ability to make your Guardian, Jesus, a lot of Destiny playing, to make your Spartan stand out. And I think that's going to be the number one appeal for a lot of people playing it. And I know 343 did say that he said the only BR in Halo is the battle rifle, but let's be for real. Battle Royale is coming to Halo. not at launch, but within the first
eventually.
Within the first calendar year, there will be a BR in there, and depending on the moves they make in the multiplayer over the course of that time, is going to really speak to how great it's going to be. Because the one thing I can say about 343 is they nailed a lot of the aesthetics when it came to the gameplay. And if
They did nail the gameplay. I have a question for you. It's a pretty spicy one.
Yeah, what's up?
Okay, so you know how like everyone's saying, not everyone, but people are saying the visuals are going to look better, right? Eventually, like it's going to look better. They're going to add ray tracing later on because it's going to look better at launch. Just, it was an old build. It was old, but first it was January old. Then it's like, turns out it's weeks old. Okay. Let's look over history.
Okay.
Every time we have seen a game and it didn't look the way we thought it was going to look, didn't it usually go from it looked great to not so great?
Yeah, this is opposite.
Yeah. This is the opposite. When have we seen it? And I'm not saying it's never happened. I just can't think of a time where it happened. I can think of Watch Dogs 1 that looked amazing, looked, something like you never seen before, visually looked awesome. And then when we got it, we was like, yo, what was that?
Oh, it looked like it was it looked like it came out of the trailer park after we saw it.
I remember the Division 1 having a map that was fully 3D within the game. It was like, I had never seen anything like that before. And so far, I still haven't, because even at Division 2, a year later, you still don't have a map that looks like that. We got Anthem, which was a fake trailer that looked amazing. The game still don't look like that. Now, you could say that the Slip Space Engine demo is similar, but I would even say the trailer they showed us last year, visually, like in that soldier's face, I wasn't impressed. I said it last year, I wasn't impressed with him. Right. I like the way the Chief looks. I still like the way the Chief looks. But my concern is that it's not going to look much better.
See, the only thing that I hope for is the fact that visual fidelity has never been a problem.
Enrique.
Yeah, visual fidelity has never been a problem for 343, because Halo games up to this point look great. They look good. Even the remakes of Master Chief Collection look great. So I hold out a little hope to think that they can do a little bit of fixing on the back end. Do I think we're going to get the final product when the game comes out with the graphical fidelity look that we want? No, because first of all, ray tracing won't be in the game on day one, and they're going to be updating it over the course of time, which is the thing. I just wish they
hold on.
Yo,
bear with me, okay?
Okay, I'm listening.
What if the Slip Space engine is trash?
Wait, you talk about the engine that they literally poured their heart and soul and said we're building a game based on.
What's up, Cynthia?
We're building our game around an inanimate object that's in the game called Slip Space, and it's not any good.
What if the engine just ain't that good?
I don't think it's got something to do. The engine looks fine.
We know the devs have been having issues with development. Now, I think that's more of a management issue, and I've gone through that, multiple times of why that's a management issue. But what if the Slip Space engine just ain't hitting? Like the Creation engine with Bethesda, they love it. No one else does.
Right.
Visually, the tools within that engine aren't that great. You got Frostbite. What's up, Dizzy? And I know Frostbite about to say something. Frostbite, which visually looks amazing, except for character models. Character models look like melted action figures, but the environment, the like buildings and huge open world environments, all that stuff looks beautiful in Frostbite, and it's horrible for troubleshooting. The logic side is terrible. What if Slip Space is one of these engines that just, it needs work? And the fact that they started development on this game on Unreal Engine 4, then switched and started developing this engine, and then trying to make this game, I kind of feel like those are some bad moves. Like
I thought it was a bad move to
you
move
couldn't
the game.
rush that.
I thought it was a bad move to move the game in the middle of development anyway. So, because the thing is, we didn't know that was a thing when they started working on Split Space. We thought that was like kind of the pre-production phase of what the game was, and that they've been working in Split Space for a while. But it looks like they just switched over development as soon as they put out that trailer, probably like within a month or a couple of months of doing it. So, I don't know. I mean, the thing is, I don't know, man. I just think that at a certain point, I don't want
engine is trash.
Bad as it's bad as what's the name, bro? Because that's bad.
Anthem. Look, I'm not saying it's going to be Anthem bad, but if this engine is difficult to troubleshoot things with, to fix bug fixes quickly, if that's an issue, if visually they don't have built-in tools to make sure the visuals are there. Like, remember how like they were talking about Frostbite, and Frostbite didn't have the tools for like facial animations, so they outsourced that to the wrong studio. Yeah. And then that studio messed up all the facial animations. And I don't know if this is true. Now, someone told me that 343 outsourced some facial animations to them, which wouldn't surprise me considering how that demo looked to me. I don't know if that's a fact. I'm not saying it's a fact.
All the cinematics for Halo, so
see what?
Blur Studios does all of the cinematics for Halo.
Yo, why can't they get Blur?
Question.
I mean, this is your game.
You saw those Halo War trailers.
Those Halo War trailers
incredible,
are amazing. So amazing. I made a video just putting them all together as one big movie. That's how good the Halo Wars 2 trailers are. How come you don't have that same group doing that for you for a much, much bigger game? Because this is, look, man, I don't want to think this way. I really don't. Like, I really want this game to succeed. I want to be playing Halo, like Halo Infinite, for like now into the next 2-3 years. Like, it's my multiplayer game. It scratches that multiplayer itch for me after the campaign is done, and then I'm playing extra expansions that continue the story. I'm all in on that model. Like, I've been saying it from the beginning. I want that kind of model for Halo. I know some people don't. I'm more on the side of let Halo evolve. Now, that said, if the engine is trash, first off, they should have just stayed with Unreal. All these devs in this industry know how to use Unreal, and they rely on contractors like crazy. Most of them come in knowing how to use Unreal. You develop your own engine. Okay, cool. That makes sense. You want to make your own engine, and maybe you can make it versatile enough that it will work with all your studios. Kind of similar to how Sony has the Decima engine, and they use that for some of their other first-party, second-party games. And it's real light on memory resources. It works very well, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
But this doesn't seem like that's what Slip Space is. And I'm not saying it's absolutely garbage. It's dumpster juice. But it looked like it came out of a dumpster right now. Like that's how it looked. So someone help me here. Like, show me something from Slip Space that's amazing, that's not a tech demo from 3 years ago, 2 years ago. Like, I want to see the game running beautifully, and that will make me feel a whole lot better, because I feel uneasy with them releasing a game and the game doesn't look that great.
Well, at least you ain't got to pay for it. It's a Game Pass.
I am paying. Well,
I know. I just
don't triggering me right now.
I know. I just wanted to put like, you ain't paying for it. It's Game Pass.
He's just Slow-mo wants to be in that Halo multiplayer, like bah, 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 bah. Yeah, I do, man. That's all I want, man. I'll be in my sleep just doing that. My wife be kicking me. No, I want the game to be good. I want it to succeed. But I mean, I'm gonna keep it real. Like, this engine don't look that great. 343 ain't been that great either. The management has made some really weird decisions. They rely on a lot of contractors. This is, we're coming into crunch time here, and
crunch time with a game that's not even finished.
Right. And it's just, does it need to be delayed? I know I got to bring this, delay the game then. Don't release an unfinished, ugly mess. Delay the game. Make sure the ray tracing's there. Make sure the multiplayer is solid. Do some betas. Like, they haven't done any multiplayer betas yet.
Oh, there's E. That's what I'm talking about. See, my boy E. Jackson. How did dudes have all of the questions for Miles Morales from a proven studio like Insomniac, but zero questions for Halo, a huge franchise from 343 who hasn't delivered a full Halo package? Brother,
wow.
Brother, goodbye.
Yo, he preaching over there in the chat. Like, what? How is that?
I've been saying that for years. People keep saying, "But you excited for Halo?" Yeah, I'm excited for Halo. I just ain't excited that 343 is making it.
Yeah, man.
So that's the deal. Look, man, we can love Xbox, but we can also love two things. I love Xbox, but I don't love 343 with the best franchise that Xbox got. I don't like it until they prove it. And listen, they have not proved it. And this is their last opportunity. And guess what? They are literally going down the river with no paddle, and they're hoping the current takes them to shore, because that's basically what's going to happen in this regard. But
yeah, man.
Get off this subject though, man, because it just depresses me at this point.
Yeah,
let's talk about Rogue Squadron for our last comment. How you feel?
What? Rogue Squadron?
I told you, man. I'm thinking Star Wars was. I need that new Star Wars game to come out. That's what it is.
I ain't playing that. I'm playing Rogue Company. Rogue Company. That game is it's already won. It's already won multiplayer game of the year. Just give them all the awards. They got it. Call of Duty coming out later this year. Okay, you coming out for second place. That's what you're doing. Because you ain't messing with Rogue Company.
Oh Lord.
Rogue Company it's great. I've been up. I gotta stop doing this. I've been up to like 3 a.m. every night, man. 3 a.m.
saying I'm gonna play one more game, and then next
and it just keep playing. Though that's when you know a game has got its hooks in you. I love this game. There's so many. The characters are diverse. They all have their own weapons. They all play differently. Like, I'm for some games like this, I would main, like in Overwatch, where I used to play Overwatch heavy. I would main like 2 characters. Everyone else I was okay with, but I didn't really like playing them. I would do it for team composition, whatever, right? And Rogue Company, I'm playing with like everybody but 2 people. I can't stand Trench, and I don't like Anvil. Those are the only 2 I don't rock with. Everyone else,
what's your favorite so far?
I would say, okay, it's a tie between Lancer and Talon. I like Lancer because when I do dodge roll, she reloads her gun.
Yep.
So that allows me to cut down on that. Allows me to raise my DPS and cut down the amount of time I'm reloading. I'm dodging enemy fire and reloading my gun at the same time. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Plus, she's very fast, and her special allows her to move quickly and be silent. I can flank real easy with her. I love using her. Like a lot of my big matches where I had like 30 plus eliminations and 25 plus downs, I was using Lancer. Now, just recently, I started using Talon. I just unlocked him maybe a few days ago. And Talon is quickly becoming one of my favorites because his special allows him to throw this knife like anywhere on the map. And it does like this sonar thing. And it tells you where enemies are. And it stays there. And so the more I get that special off a cooldown and throw more knives, I'm just mapping out the entire like map with where the enemies are. And so as the match goes on, I'm being able to plan out where people are and what to do because I know where they're at. Plus, he's very quick and this is kind of like Rainbow Six Siege, where certain characters like move at different speeds than others, and his main weapon with the SMG is it's just great. But when it comes to play hours, Phantom is the one that I played the most with. I think my first 10 hours in the game, I was just exclusively using Phantom, using the DMR, just breaking people down from distance, throwing the smoke out, moving to a new position. By the time the smoke is gone, I'm just wrecking them from a different position. It's
how much
it's
is
my
that
game, man.
How much of that is done through a Turkish website?
What?
How much of that is done through a Turkish shady website?
With the game?
So
talking about?
Racer X Gundam says, "Don't let Slow-Mo gas you into thinking he is a good player." This man has the scripts already from a Turkish shady website.
Oh wow!
He's basically saying that you're running macros in the background and you ain't really playing the game. So
my response is
you do post a lot of unbelievable games.
How are my games unbelievable? Like, look, I'm not faking the end result.
This is you jumping to conclusion. When I say unbelievable, I mean like great. Like these games are unbelievably great.
You played with me.
I have played with you. I'm not saying I'm not the one that's calling to task that you might be using macros on the side.
This is Racer here, who last week on Brat accused me of frauding about playing the game. I never said I actually played. I even said it in my statement. I have not played this game, but considering how the overall gaming community treats this game, it's got to be one of the best games for PlayStation this generation. Oh my God, it's a fraud!
Now, and he said you playing on.
He didn't play. I just said I didn't play it.
And he said you playing on a 360 controller, so that's even worse.
No, that's actually smart.
Jez had a question for you. He said $15 or $30 version.
You know what? Based off of, I might be biased here, but I'm gonna say 30 because the $30 version, I was just looking at it. There's a graphic that tells you what you're getting, but the $30 version, I think you get one or two more extra characters already unlocked, and you get more skins. So like, if you get the $15 version, you get an alternate skin for Ronin. If you get the $30 version, you get an alternate skin for Chalk, and then if you get the top version, then you get like alternate skin for all those characters and Lancer. So the top version unlocks all the characters. If you already like super invested in the game, drop that $60 down. It's 8. If you get the $15 version, you only get 6. Now, what I did was I initially bought the game from Epic Game Store. They gave me a $10 off coupon, so I got it for $5. And then once I was so invested in the game, I was loving it. I was like, let me go ahead and spend this $10, and get up to where everyone else paid for the game. And then I get 2 extra characters. So that I did that, and I unlocked Lancer and Scorch, who is super OP and is getting nerfed.
I knew you were going to unlock Scorch. That wasn't even a question in my mind.
Right. The game, I would say, if you're not sold on it yet, if it's not the kind of genre that you gravitate towards, but you want to have some fun with some friends, go ahead and spend the $15 version. The way you can unlock characters without spending money is that you build up reputation off of completing daily contracts, which are like daily missions. Daily, what you would get in other games would be like daily achievements you get boosted points off of that, but you also get reputation points just for playing the game. So eventually you'll get enough points where you can unlock those characters off of reputation points alone and not actually spend any extra money. So that's just, it's a good game. I would say anyone check it out. Like, I know that some people who have played it, and I don't think they liked it too much. They didn't think it was a bad game. It just wasn't for them. And if you're not that kind of person, like you don't play a lot of multiplayer games, you're not hyper competitive, then yeah, maybe it might not be for you. But for me, it's what I love right now.
When's the last time you played Division?
Huh?
When was the last time you played Division?
What's that?
Oh, there's your answer. There's your answer, people.
Yo, look.
The man has forsaken.
I forgot the Division existed, and I was doing the manhunts, and I finished before I started playing Rogue Company. I finished the last manhunt, and I completely forgot when the next one was coming out. I think it's like in a week or something, but like whatever. Like Division is in the bushes right now. Shout out to the Iron Lords, for that.
Fraud. There it is. Fraud.
Well, hey, Cog.
He can't call
ask me the last time I played Destiny.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. I got this recorded.
That man cannot call you a fraud because he was frauding all day on. He's frauding all day.
Yeah. Forte, you the fraud. You were the fraud, sir. You. But no, look, I know you like it, but you're not super invested like me. Like, where are you at with the game? Or is this something you're going to keep playing in the future or what?
I bought it for my daughter. Well, I didn't buy it. They gave codes away. So I made sure I got one for me on Xbox. I got one for my daughter on Xbox. I bought it on PC. I really haven't played that much over the course of the week because I've been just trying to make sure I keep up on content and stuff. So once I got caught up on that, I did jump in and play for about 2-3 hours today. I love the game. The game is addicting. It's fluent. It feels good. The guns feel good to shoot. Every character is different. They don't feel like carbon copies of each other with just different abilities and stuff. I really, 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 really like the fact that this game exists. And I'm liking the fact that everybody's out here supporting it. And look at Cognito. I died for Xbox Hawk Moon and you betrayed me. Oh, Lord, here we go. We'll talk. Get in Discord later. We'll talk about it. I'll bring you back to reality. But overall, man, the game is great. It feels really good, and you're not the first one. I remember when Attic was playing it, and a lot of other people were playing it, and I was like, what is this Rogue Company? And then I jumped in and played, and like the first day I played for like 3 hours, and then literally that rest of that week, I forgot what Destiny was, so I can't lie. I did the same exact thing. So the best thing you can do is just be on the lookout. If it's not a game for you, just follow them on Twitter, because they're always giving free codes away on different systems and stuff.
That is true. They did a big thing over the weekend for Xbox. Here's a link. Go to that link. Put in your sign into Xbox. Here's your code. Just like that. And it was like first come, first serve. I kind of feel bad because I thought everyone that I knew already had the game. And so I said, well, why not get it on Xbox? And so I did. And then I went and redeemed it, and then turned out like someone I knew was looking for a code. I was like, damn, I could have gave him that.
Who needs one?
It's a guy I know. I don't think you know his name is Ronin Samurai on Xbox.
Because I have an extra code still, because I literally signed up on 3 different emails to make sure I got extra.
Nice. All right, I'll hit him up when the show is over, because he's still looking for a code. And that'll be great for him, because he's really, really interested in that game, and he loves the multiplayer game. So I'll hit him up and then we'll figure it out.
Yeah, but the game is great. I love the game. It's fun. It's 60 frames per second on console. Shout out to Luca for almost vomiting when she went back to Destiny and played 30.
Exactly.
She was like, I wasn't even playing, but I heard her say, "So Slomo, what is this game running at?" He's like, 60 frames. She's like, "Oh." And then went back to Destiny and was like, "I can't do this." So that's what you all are about to experience in like the next 3 months, that when that new Xbox comes out or the new PlayStation, you're all about to experience that.
Yeah, man, people ain't ready, man. Like all that talk that people doing now, like maybe I'm fine with the filmic. I'm fine with the filmic 30 frames per second. I'm fine with that with my action adventure games and my and my shooters. Okay. Wait till you play these games in 60 plus frames per second. You're gonna be You're gonna be talking a whole different thing right then. So yeah. What to close up the whole Rogue Company thing? I'm in the public test server on PC. And if you're not familiar with public test servers are, usually with these multiplayer games on PC gamers get to test new features or new characters or new maps or a new whatever or a new, shift in the gameplay on a public test server on PC before it gets officially pushed out to all platforms. So in that, they have a training course, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's pretty basic, but it allows you to kind of get used to the controls, used to aiming, kind of improve your strafing, your not zoomed in and just side shooting, strafing kind of stuff. I recorded myself doing some of that. It's they kind of fleshed it out pretty well. It's pretty cool. There's that, and there's a new map. The new map, though, I haven't been able to play because every time I try to play it, there's something wrong with the public test server where I start a match for it and it's about to put me in, and then it just restarts.
Right.
And so ever since then, they took down the public test server and it hasn't been back up yet. So I don't know what's going on with that, but all that, the new map and the training course and some of the balancing they're doing, even though the game is very balanced right now, but they're doing some additional balancing. All that's supposed to come out in mid-August. And then they're going into phase 2 where things really get interesting because then they'll be having custom matches where you can play against your friends and just straight bust their head open. That's what I'm trying to have fun with. And then there's the rank modes. So they're going to have rank modes so you can, see how good you are. I don't know how they're going to do the tiers, whether it's going to be like Rainbow Six Siege, where it's like diamond, gold, silver, bronze, or whether it's like, I think Overwatch does like grades, like yes, whatever. So I don't know how they're going to do the ranking, but I'm very interested in seeing how good I am against the very, very best. And then there's a new character. I saw something that looks like people did some data mining of what the new character is. It's a female character, and it seems like she's like a debuffer for the other team.
So, at, man? Where the video at?
Look, I would have came out with a video if I could. Like, I just don't want to have the training course. Like, I want to have me playing the new map.
Sir, you're a content creator. Where's the? As soon as you found out about a data mine about a new character, you should have been making a video.
Well, I just found that out today, and I've been busy at work.
I need a video from you before 2 days about this.
Okay, well, look, I'm doing a video on Avowed that should be out within 2 days, so I'll probably have a Road Company video out before the end of the week.
Please. Oh, and I gotta address something in the chat. Racer, he says Legion of Scum fans expect Forte's craziness, but the last word, good lord, even for him was crazy. Please tell me, wait. So are you telling me that you agree with the crap that came out of Cognito's mouth during that live stream? Are you
apparently he did.
Really telling me that you agree with that? Okay, you know what, Slow-Mo?
By the way, shout out to Lord Cognito, who's in the chat from the Iron Lords podcast. They have a Friday. I guess the time is very variable, sporadic, but always on Fridays, a Destiny censored podcast called The Last Words. Very good. It's Lord Cognito, Abantis. Forte was on there last Friday, and apparently he was frauding. I'm sorry. Go ahead, continue.
Who was frauding?
I just added that in. Go ahead, man.
Oh, I'm about to say, bro. I mean, look. I mean, I know we're not gonna turn this to a Destiny. I need to ask you a question, bro. I need to ask you a question. If a weapon has a specific perk that is tied to that weapon, and that perk will no longer be available in its current form at all on that weapon, and you're bringing a weapon back, do you bring it back as that weapon, or do you bring it back as something new?
Okay, the perk. Okay, one. Is this about the Hawk Moon?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the perk. Is it a perk that will have, once it comes out, people complaining about this weapon breaking the balance of the game like 2 weeks later?
Yes. So the initial perk for Hawk Moon. It was
yeah. You know, I don't know because I played Destiny on Xbox and I ain't have no Hawk Moon. But continue.
Okay, so the perk on Hawk Moon was, first of all, it was a hand cannon from Destiny 1. It's not on Destiny 2 yet. They're bringing it back. They're bringing it over to Destiny 2 in the next season. So the perk on it was it had one perk that basically gave luck in the chamber, which gives you one random bullet that gives you double damage on that gun. Then it had another perk, which was the exotic perk called Holding Aces. It gave you double damage on 2 extra bullets in that magazine, meaning you had 3 random bullets that did double damage on that gun, meaning at least twice per magazine you could 2-tap somebody and send them.
Didn't they have to nerf the Hawk Moon on PlayStation on Destiny 1?
They nerfed the range on it. They didn't nerf the damage. They
nerfed the nerf.
Yeah, they nerfed the gun. They definitely nerfed the gun. So my question is,
so you want the gun to come back?
No, they're bringing the gun back. So the gun is coming back. But when they bring the gun back, they're bringing it back without, they said it's not going to be the same gun as it was in Destiny 1. And we're like, okay, so what's going to be different? Well, we're changing the main perk on it because Luck in the Chamber isn't a perk that's in Destiny 2. So there is no double damage perk for a weapon in Destiny 2. And Holding Aces is the other damage perk, and that's not going to be on the gun either. And then they said the gun will not have a damage boost to the weapon. I'm saying, why are you calling it Hawk Moon when the whole purpose of Hawk Moon was the fact that it did damage? It was a damage perk.
Does it look like Hawk Moon?
It looks like Hawk Moon, but it ain't Hawk Moon.
Then it's Hawk Moon.
Are you serious? Are you really about to fight this fight with this man? Are you real? So you telling me? Oh, so you telling me you okay with them bringing a perk?
They're modifying the weapon, man. It's not. Yo, it's seriously not this serious, yo.
It's not the same gun, Slow-Mo. It's not.
Yes, it is. Because they said it is.
Oh my God. Yeah, exactly. They're saying it is just so they can get people to jump in on a game and get excited for a weapon.
You're not mentioning the 1 bullet kill. Like seriously, like you really down for a 1 bullet kill weapon?
It's not gonna who wants that? They changed it. They stopped. That was the thing they changed in Destiny 1. It didn't one shot kill anymore.
So I don't understand what you're arguing here. You want the gun to be like the gun it was before, but then you also acknowledge. Hold on.
Why would you bring the gun back? I'm not done yet.
Can you wait for me to finish my sentence?
Yes, go ahead, Slow-Mo.
So you want the gun to come back, but you only want it to come back as it was, but then you acknowledge that it got nerfed before. So
no. I wanted to come back as the weapon they nerfed it to, but they're not even doing that. They're literally changing the weapon, and the whole purpose of the gun was said
that the perks that weapon had are not present in Destiny 2 right now. So if they brought that back, it would break the balance of PvP.
Slow-Mo, then that's why I said they shouldn't bring the weapon back. If you're not going to give it what it had in Destiny 1 and give it a damage boost, it's not Hawk Moon. Don't bring the gun back. Make it something else. Come up with a different weapon. Name the gun something different. The gun should not be Hawk Moon when the whole purpose of the gun was a damage perk that was on the gun that's not going to be there in this game. At that point, make a new gun. Don't call it something that everybody loved in Destiny 1. Don't call it that. Call it something else.
How about you just call it like Hawk Moon 2.0? Hawk Moon the sequel.
You know what? I'm done. I can't. Because you don't. I'm talking to a person that don't even know. Yeah. Okay.
What?
Never mind.
Finish your thought.
Move on.
It's being real disrespectful because I don't agree with you. It's all love, man. It's all love. Yo, shout out to 20 people watching. I think we got up to like 30 something at some point. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching us tonight. We're gonna go ahead and get on out of here. Forte gonna go ahead and like dump a bucket of water over his head.
No, I'm about to go literally
about this whole Destiny thing.
I'm literally about to go make a post on Twitter, and I'm about to make a poll and literally hashtag the Destiny community and ask them, do they want a gun that's neutered, or should they just make a new gun? That's what we about to do.
Okay, all right. Well, you enjoy that.
I am going to enjoy.
Before you do that, please do your outro, sir.
Sir, I appreciate you, man. You are an amazing host. This was an amazing show. Shout out to the 37 people that joined us. Shout out to Racer, even though he gets on my nerves every once in a while. He's one of the most dedicated people in the community. I love it. Sincere showed up in the chat, man. Shout out to you. Cognito, love you, man. You always there for us. Man, Gregor, most funniest person I know on Twitter and on YouTube. Love you, man. It's Gaming Forte everywhere, YouTube and Twitter. You guys are amazing. Shout out to Dizzy. Love you too, man. Slow-mo, waiting for that next video, man. Make sure you make one on that new character because I want to see you grow even more than you are. But outside of that, great show, man.
Cool. And yeah, definitely check out Forte's channel, Gaming Forte. He's dropping videos like at least 3 times a week. Very, very good quality videos. It's not just the dude just running around in a game and just talking over it. He really puts the work in. So definitely check him out. Me personally, I am going to have a video out within the next 2 days on Avowed, and it probably will not be what people expect. There might be some I might be going in on a little bit on this, on some things that are coming out about it, but we'll see. And also, of course, I'm gonna have more content on Rogue Company as well as other promising indie games that are coming out soon. I got pretty much of a backlog of stuff to really get to, but again, thank you for everyone out there. I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you for coming through. And we're going to get on out of here. I'm going to figure out how to end this thing without the end stream button that I'm used to. Let's see.
Oh, okay. So Dizzy's. So a lot of people have been asking about this Grounded video. If you didn't know, Slow-mo chickened out on making the video and just
I did not. Hold up.
He chickened out. Listen. He chickened out on making a video because he felt like it wasn't. He felt like it was better to stream it, and I was okay with that.
I did not chicken out. This is what happened. I was trying to do one of my usual videos where I discuss all the features of a game and really get into like deep into the development of it and all the other stuff. And I'm not, when I make those kind of videos, the games that I make those kind of videos on are games that I'm 1000% interested in playing. I can't wait to play them. Like I did a video on Undying that's not out yet. Super indie dev game. And I just found out like earlier this morning, I got into the closed alpha and I was hyped.
Nice.
So I can try the game, like I'm trying to see if I can stream it. I'm definitely going to have like recorded content for it. I love that stuff, but Grounded, I wasn't interested in Grounded. And I'm like, I'm not going to fake enthusiasm on a game to do a video. And then people like, he really don't even like this game. Because then that just like legitimizes the rest of my content where I'm actually am excited about these games. And people are like, well, I remember he did that for Grounded. So instead of doing that, instead of torturing myself trying to drum up enthusiasm for a game that I don't really care for, I said, let me live stream it. Let everyone that was interested in seeing me play the game come. And apparently it was a good time. The feedback I got was people thought it was funny. I got slapped around by a corrosive beetle. I got bullied by thug ants who had Thug Life tattooed across their thorax. I got punked by a ladybug. It was wild, and it was, I think people enjoyed it because I played the game extremely badly. It's definitely not for me. And for other people who enjoy Grounded, it's a decent game for that genre. I don't have any shade towards it. It's just not my kind of game. So yeah.
Is it still the number 1 sold game on Steam? I'm about to look,
man. Freaking shower with your dad would be the number one.
It is. Look, game Microsoft. Listen, this is the funny thing. Microsoft has 4.
Thank you, God. Appreciate that.
Microsoft has 4 of the top 5 sold games on Steam. Ground is 1. Destroy All Humans is 2. Halo Master Chief Collection is 3. Flight Simulator is 5. And
look, that's great. They should keep it up. It seems like it was a good move putting their games on Steam, and because the PC community just would rather not play their games than have to deal with the Windows Store.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
I put the link to Slow-Mo's stream in the chat, so please go check it out. But yeah, that was him living up to his end of the bargain. He didn't want to go through the trials and tribulations of forcing himself to edit a 3-hour video, because that's because listen, this is why I say he chickened out, because he basically fulfilled his obligation in an hour and a half versus the 3 hours it would have took him to make his typical video. So he was like, you know what?
It probably would have took like 4 or 5.
Yeah, so basically he was like, you know what, bro? He texted me. He was like, bro, I'm just gonna make a video. I was like, all right, go ahead, man. That's fine. I think it probably was best, because I told him in a DM, I said, bro, you should live stream more, because it was hilarious.
A lot of people keep telling me that
it was hilarious, and like I said, I think, like you said, it won't work for all of the games and stuff that you play. But the one thing I even told you in a chat, I was like, you should do a deep dive like you do in your regular videos for these games that's coming out that you're excited for. But then when they launch, your impression video should be you live streaming it, because I think that would give people even more immediate response to how you feel about something, because you're actually playing the game while they're actually watching you do it. So I think that's something that Slow-Mo should definitely dive into. And I know the community here will support him 100%. But yeah, that live stream was fire, bro. I was mad that I missed it. I had to watch the VOD.
Hey, look, I think I might start doing it more. That's why I did it was private, but I did a test stream with myself on Warframe with my bit rate a little bit lower and some different changes to some settings. I'll end up messing up my audio, which I thought I could fix before going live, until YouTube just let me go live with no choice. But anyway,
Racer,
I'll be doing more.
Take that back, Racer. You know I ain't no bot. I was just stating an obvious.
Yeah, I'll do more live streams. I might do your suggestion. I might live stream some of these newer games that are coming out. The dev for Undying is doing, what's the 6th? Thursday is doing a stream for everyone that is in the closed alpha and talking about like what you can and can't do, stuff like that. So if I'm able to stream that, I will. And I'll stream some other stuff. I might start streaming some road companies, so that like people like Racer realize that I'm not cheating. Although, man, but the fact that I'm dominating fools like that, the fact that I'm dominating these bums like that, make people think I'm cheating out here. That's that good stuff. That's how good I am. That's all that is. All right, I'm done. Let's get on out of here. You guys have a great night, and I think this is going to end it.